Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about something very important and sensitive: fishing. There's a saying attributed to Confucius: give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day; teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. Instead of raising their children to be responsible and independent individuals, narcissistic parents keep them emotionally and financially dependent. Imagine a picture-perfect family, but something feels off. That's how narcissism works. Everything seems fine on the surface, but inside, there's a storm brewing. That's narcissism for you. From the outside, everything looks perfect, but inside, it's a different story. There's a storm raging within. Parents are supposed to protect their children and prepare them for life, right? They should guide them and support them, just like teaching them how to fish, with patience and love. But narcissistic parents can't do that. They disregard their children's needs. For them, children are just tools to feed their egos. Children must be a reflection of them. They want to see mirrors of themselves, not differences. Differences challenge their control. Now let's delve deeper into this and explore the types of children that narcissistic parents dislike. Who are these children? Maybe you'll see yourself or someone you know in them. Remember, you're not alone. We're in this together. For narcissistic parents, life is a stage, every moment a carefully planned performance. And everyone has a role to play. Deviating from these roles is unacceptable. But authentic and honest children refuse to play this game. They reject the rules. They see through the masks, sense the fakeness, and act on their instincts. They act as they feel, express their thoughts and feelings openly, and never compromise their honesty. This doesn't sit well with narcissistic parents because they lose control. Because reality disrupts the world they've meticulously crafted, it disrupts their order. Being real in a fake world takes courage, a courage not every child possesses. Narcissistic parents fear this courage because it exposes their weakness. Because these children challenge not only them but everyone, they shake the foundation of authority. They are the narcissistic parents' greatest fear, the voice of truth, the harbinger of change. Narcissistic parents want their children to need them. They believe this gives them control. But emotionally independent children don't fall into this trap. These children have learned to stand on their own 2 feet. They make their own decisions. They don't need anyone else's approval. Narcissistic parents hate this because they thrive on controlling others. An independent child threatens their very existence. That's why they despise these children, labeling them with negative words like troubled or disobedient. But their only crime is wanting to be free. Every child has a unique personality, talents, and dreams, but narcissistic parents ignore this. To them, children are tools to fulfill their own dreams. But the differentiated child rebels against this. They hold on to their values, refusing to play the roles others assign them. Narcissistic parents hate this, because these children challenge them, essentially saying, "I will live my life the way I want, not how you want it." This defiance wounds the narcissistic parents' egos, because it reminds them that the world doesn't revolve solely around them. Narcissistic parents love to create drama. They try to attract attention by creating a scene at every opportunity. They constantly create an atmosphere of chaos and crisis to keep all eyes on them. This makes them feel important and powerful. But unreactive children don't play their game. These children spoil their parents' game by staying calm. These children respond to narcissistic parents' provocations with calmness and composure. They don't fall for their traps. They ignore their dramatic outbursts and don't fall for their manipulations. This disrupts the parents' plans. This causes narcissistic parents to lose control. When they lose control, they feel helpless, because narcissistic parents can only exist by controlling others. When they are left uncontrolled, their existence feels threatened. An unreactive child threatens their very existence. These children are their biggest fear. That's why they despise these children, labeling them with negative words like emotionless or apathetic. They try to cover up their own mistakes by blaming them. But their only crime is not playing their game. These children are just trying to protect themselves. Everyone has personal boundaries, but narcissistic parents don't recognize these boundaries. They believe their children's lives are their property. They can interfere as they please, direct as they please. But boundary-setting children don't allow this interference. They protect their personal space, they defend their rights. They can say no when they need to, refusing the narcissistic parents' demands. This behavior infuriates narcissistic parents because it reminds them that there's a power they can't control. Boundary-setting children are the narcissistic parent's greatest fear, a free and independent individual. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. But narcissistic parents lack empathy. The only thing that matters to them is their own needs and desires. Empathetic children, on the other hand, feel the pain of others. They respect their feelings. This threatens the narcissistic parent's selfish world, because empathy shakes their self-centered worldview. Narcissistic parents see empathetic children as weak and sensitive. They try to manipulate them, to use them for their own benefit. But empathetic children are resistant to these manipulations, because they believe in the power of love and compassion. Everyone has rights, and it's everyone's duty to defend those rights. But narcissistic parents disregard their children's rights. To them, children are beings who must obey. Self-advocating children stand up against this injustice. They know their rights and are not afraid to defend them. They don't succumb to the pressure of narcissistic parents, and they fight to make their voices heard. This struggle is a challenge for narcissistic parents because it reminds them that there's a power they can't control. Self-advocating children are the narcissistic parents' greatest fear, the voice of justice and fairness. As Confucius said, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime." That's what good parenting is all about. Teach your children life. Empower them to stand on their own 2 feet. Narcissistic parents, on the other hand, try to keep their children constantly dependent on them. They prefer to give them fish because they know they can control them that way. But true love sides with freedom. True love is allowing your child to forge their own path. Don't be afraid of them making mistakes, because they will learn from them. Dealing with narcissistic parents is not easy, but it's not impossible. The key is to set your own boundaries and protect your emotional well-being. First of all, remember this: don't try to change your narcissistic parents. It's a futile effort. They will continue to behave as they are. You can only control your own behavior. Second, don't fall for their manipulations. Don't let them make you feel guilty. Don't let them belittle you. Know your worth and respect yourself. You may not need to completely sever ties with narcissistic parents, but it's important to maintain distance and emotional detachment. Remember, this is your life and your happiness. If you're living with a narcissistic parent, please don't hesitate to seek professional help. A therapist can help you develop coping mechanisms and protect your emotional health. And remember, you're not alone. There are many people who are going through this difficult experience. Together, we can overcome these challenges. Life is like a shadow play. The masters of the shadows are trapped in the darkness they created. They can't see the true light, and if they can't see it, they can't understand it. Don't be a pawn in their game of shadows. Find your own light, illuminate your own path. And remember, true strength lies in love and compassion. That strength is within you. Don't forget to subscribe for more information, and please share this video with someone who needs it, because sometimes all we need is to know that we're not alone.